Hey guys, it would mean the world to me if you could drop a like on this video, but in the meantime, let's get right to it. By now, Skyrim is a 6-year-old game, and at the time I make this video, they just released their 6th and 7th port of the game, and I own 3 out of the 7, a testament to how much I love the game. 7 ports is a lot for one game. Even The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time only had 4 ports on the original N64, GameCube sold with Wind Waker, Wii Virtual Console, and the 3DS. So 7 is a lot, and because of this, Skyrim has a large and dedicated fanbase with which Bethesda keeps around by making these ports. But the sales and distribution of Skyrim isn't what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to show and tell you how you can make your own builds in Skyrim. If you're anything like me, character creation is a fun and important part of any game. And I'm not talking about this character creation. Although this is part of it, I'm talking about builds. Builds are the combination of items, abilities, and perks that'll make up your character in a game. A lot of games have armor sets and simple perks, but these aren't builds, solely because they aren't unique. The structure of a build is like this. You have your core item, or ability, which is improved and amplified by other supporting items and abilities. Here's an example. In League of Legends, builds are almost everything after the 5-minute mark. If you don't know what you're doing, you won't be doing well. There's a character named Nasus. His build revolves around his Q ability, Siphoning Strike, where when he kills something with it, it grows some amount stronger. This ability is supported by an item called Sheen. Sheen lowers the cooldown of Siphoning Strike and gives a basic attack empowerment after casting a spell. Not only that, but Siphoning Strike itself is a basic attack empowerment. Essentially, you have an ability which is getting better with each use, being amplified by the fact that it can be used more often, and both the item and the ability are adding raw power to the attack. To put this into build terms, Nasus's core is Siphoning Strike, and Sheen is a very important supporting item. Now that I've explained to you what a build is, let's try making one in Skyrim. Let's first choose a core. Because of Skyrim's two-handed system, plus shouts and powers, your core can consist of 2 separate things. A very simple example, and probably the first build you can get getting out of Helgen, is flames in one hand and a one-handed weapon in the other. Fire in Skyrim has a unique trait, where when a character is under the burn effect, they take more damage from other weapons. When you're getting out of Helgen, all you have is a sword, maybe a bow, and maybe 2 novice destruction spells. This can be used to your advantage. This is a good core, and I have used it a lot in the early hours of Skyrim. Although there are definitely better cores than this one, let's try to make it as good as possible. First, let's find out how we can make our one-handed weapon perfect, as we can make it almost anything. Also, let's find our supporting items and enchantments. For today, let's avoid using unique items like Dragon Priest masks or Daedric artifacts for the sake of simplicity. For our one-handed weapon, we have 4 weapons we can choose from: a dagger, a sword, a mace, and an axe. Because the burn effect makes enemies take more damage, we are looking for the hardest hitting out of the 4. If we look at the one-handed perk tree, we can easily eliminate daggers, as they really don't have any perks. Secondly, I would like to eliminate maces, as their purpose is for fighting people with armor. It comes down to either an axe or a sword. The sword allows critical strike, while the axe applies bleed damage. Because we are looking for the biggest and flashiest damage, let's go for critical strike. Now that we know we are using a sword, we need to find the enchantments we are going to use on both our armor and our sword. At this point, our core has an effect that to my knowledge cannot be amplified by enchantments or armor. So let's look at the side effects of the flame sword combo to see what we can improve. First, we have the damage coming from the flames attack, and second, we have the critical strike from the sword. We are not looking to whittle people down using flames, as we are looking to use the flames and the sword in symbiosis. But that doesn't mean we won't take any freebies for improving flames damage. So let's see what we can do to improve our critical strikes. Let's fully upgrade our Bladesman perk so that we can get the highest chance of hitting each strike. Now, let's get armor with the Fortify one-handed enchant. Because this can only be applied to hands, feet, necklace, and ring, we can use the other enchantment on the remaining head and chest items. For this, let's use our freebie filler enchantment, Fortify Destruction, in order to give our flames a little bit of a kick. Now that we know our armor enchants, let's find our swords enchantment. Looking through all the enchantments we can get, there really is only one that stands out. Fire damage. Although it's redundant, it will allow us to more quickly apply the burn effect that we are looking for. So now the basics for our build are complete. One hand flames or any other destruction spell, one hand a sword with a fire enchant, head Fortify Destruction, armor Fortify Destruction, and Fortify one-handed on everything else. I could go into what perks, shouts, powers, and unique items we might want, but that's something you should do on your own. Also, don't forget that there are so many core items and spells you can make builds out of, and in Skyrim, the combinations are practically endless. So go out there, find your favorite weapon or ability, and try to make a build out of it. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. It would mean the world to me if you left a like and shared this with your gaming buddies. I've been Skull, and I'll see you next time.